Jermaine, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Brilliant. And how was your trip over?
It was great. I got used to it now, so I'm used to the flights and stuff. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, look, last time we saw you over here was in November of last year against Dillian Whyte. You come over here with really no credentials to the British public. No one really knew who you was. They expected Dillian to win the fight and win it comfortably, and you proved everyone wrong. You put in a more than credible performance, a performance where the majority of people think you actually won that fight, and you left with a lot of good credentials. So you find yourself in this fight now with Anthony Joshua. But let's talk about the Dillian fight. How you feel that went?
You know, I felt I won the fight 7-5. You know, and some of the English fans felt like I won too. I had got a lot of messages and stuff on my Instagram and stuff. So a lot of people was telling me like they Dillian fans and you know they think I pulled the fight out. But a lot of people were saying 8-4. I say 7-5 in my honest opinion.
Sure.
But yeah, I think I did everything to pull the fight through. I think I dominated the first half of the fight up until like the beginning of the champion rounds. So I felt like I felt like he had to knock me out to win.
Sure. And I mean, you feel that the performance that you put in is the reason why Anthony Joshua chose you for this fight?
Yes and no. I think in a way everybody still thinks because AJ is at a different caliber that I'm still gonna be an easy fight or something like that. Like I'm a pushover or a journeyman. But you know, I love the sport. I get the sport in my heart. I live, breathe, and die this. So you know, nothing is easy. I'm very competitive. So I come here to take it all. I come here to win.
I mean, Jermaine, we know that this sport is all about opportunity, right? So, like I say, you know, I've been in the media, a boxing pundit for like 25 plus years. So when your name come up, I'm like, okay, who's this guy? I'm researching and everything else. And then when we saw you box, and we saw that not only are you good at taking a shot, but you can give one too, and you can tough it out, and you've got all the ingredients to be a very good fighter, you know, and you proved that against Dillian Whyte. And I think that with that in mind, you know, with Anthony Joshua choosing you as an opponent, I think he's in a situation actually where it's sort of like a lose-lose, because if he beats you, people will say, well, but if you win, if he loses to you, it could be career over. You know, but life is all about opportunity, and this one for you is huge, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? This is like, Anthony Joshua really is the golden goose. He's the big name.
But in boxing, sometimes we jump the gun, you know, so like, not taking nothing from him or his career or anybody in their career, but like, let's say the Usyk situation, right? How can you determine how bad of a performance Joshua had until Usyk fights another top heavyweight? So it's like, sometimes we jump the gun and we kind of think too fast about it, but say I beat Joshua, then I go on to beat another top heavyweight, and I beat another top heavyweight. So how can you say like, well, Joshua's career is over because this guy's still beating guys that we didn't expect him to beat? So.
Sure. I mean, do you feel that, like, the public are being harsh on Anthony Joshua? Like, you know, I agree with sort of Eddie in a lot of ways. Like, so I've known Anthony Joshua go back. I've known him since before he even become a boxer. You know, when he first came into the gym, he was trained by my father and my uncle. So I've got a relationship with Joshua. But he's a two-time world heavyweight champion, an Olympic gold medalist. And he's fought some great fighters, and he's been at the top for, like you say, like 10 years. But he does not get the respect that he deserves for what he's achieved. I mean, do you feel that the public give him a tough time on that?
It's boxing. They do this to everybody.
Sure.
They do this to everybody. Everybody's only person I ever really seen touch the game and was kind of liked from the beginning was Tyson Fury. Almost everybody else got slack, slander until you do something to prove yourself. But they kind of always slander AJ, even when he was, you know, even when he was a champion, or even when he did do great feats. He kind of always got the butt end of the stick. But you know, we Warriors, this is what we do. We prove people wrong every day.
Listen. And you have proved people wrong. And like I said to you, you know, you come over here when you were boxing Dillian Whyte as an undefeated professional, but you'd had good amateur credentials as well. You was waiting for that break, looking for that break. And I mean, tell us a little bit about your backstory up until the point of boxing Dillian Whyte. Yeah, I mean, you was working a full-time job.
Yeah, I was working at this this factory called Duralast. We make roofing for company roofings and stuff. And I worked in the knitting department. It was 12-hour days. You know. Really no sitting down on the shift. You're just walking up and down for 12 hours. So yeah, I was working a job to provide for my family. You know, boxing wasn't working out the best for me at the time. So, you know, I'm not the type to sit down and complain and cry about stuff. I'm solution-based. So, you know, I had to do what I had to do to take care of my family.
Sure, you know, listen, I'm an ex-fighter, so I do understand all that, and I understand that how tough it is at the bottom. You know, a lot of people that will be watching this won't understand because they see you on TV and they see you now in these big fights and think, well, he's doing well, but the struggle to get there is different gravy, and it's like, that is tough.
It's a huge struggle. You know, it's a lot of fighters. Like I tell people, boxing is big and small at the same time. It's a big world and a small world, because it's a lot of fighters that got great feats that you will never hear about. You'll never see them on TV because they never got the opportunity or the shot. And then sometimes some of these guys that get the opportunity or the shot, some of them, in my opinion, some of them don't, all of them not worth it. You know, but it's business and it's opportunity, like you said. So sometimes some of these guys get an opportunity where I feel like somebody else should have got an opportunity, but who knows, that opportunity might come fast. But in this sport, you just got to work, keep your head down, make some noise, and, you know, hope that you get the call one day.
Sure. I mean, you put in, like I said, you put in that credible performance against Dillian Whyte, a fight many felt that you'd won, and now this opportunity against Anthony Joshua. What are you expecting? You know, Joshua's coming off those 2 losses and his change of trainers. You know, he started off with Robert McCracken. He's been with Robert Garcia. There was Angel Fernandez in there as well. So he's jumping around trying to find the right trainer. The confidence may be at his all-time low as well, trying to put everything together. Do you feel this is the right time, is what I'm trying to get at, to be boxing Anthony Joshua? Do you feel that this is opportunity that's come along, but you go, you know what, this is a good time?
I wouldn't say like I feel it's a great time. Anytime to me, honestly, anytime, I just love to fight. So
sure.
Anytime
you don't read too much into the psychological side.
As long as I can prepare for it, I want to go at it. But I just personally think he's gonna try to approach it aggressive. You know, you kind of with an aggressive coach who teaches boxing in like a bully style type. So I think he's gonna try to be aggressive and try to impose his will to show the world that he hasn't gone nowhere.
Well, I think that's what a lot of people think that AJ has lost over the last maybe couple of years, that he maybe approaches fights slightly different, where he's a little bit more hesitant now, and that's maybe taken away his A game, because that rawness that took AJ to the world heavyweight title was what sort of got him there. And once they took that away, people are questioning, you know, whether, you know, that psychological damage has been done or whatever. But you think that Derek James, his new trainer, is trying to install that again, where he gets that more aggressive approach?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a more aggressive approach with a little bit of counter boxing, like backstepping, but more going forward. So you know, we've been working on the hand speed and the feet. I got good feet, but we've been trying to make them faster. So I feel like if I could work you on angles, no matter how aggressive you are, or no matter how much you go backwards, you're still gonna have to be able to turn and twist and move around. So, just trying to plan attacks off of places I see he's kind of uncomfortable. I don't want to say vulnerable, but uncomfortable. He has to react to it.
Have you seen any weaknesses in Anthony Joshua that you think you can exploit?
It's the feet. I don't want to give away too much, but it's the feet. If you watch him fight, it's the way he moves. Not saying that he's a great puncher. He has heart, but it's his feet. It's like I see small stuff that he does with his feet that I'm gonna capitalize off of.
So what are we expecting? April the 1st. I mean, you're coming here as a huge underdog. You're gonna shock.
Yeah, I'm gonna shock the world. I'm coming for the KO. You know, I'm not trying to get put in the same position I was last time, you know. So that either means I need a knockout or I need to extremely dominate the fight.
Well, Jermaine, you've got a very inspirational story. Your journey to get to where you are today is brilliant, and good luck on April the 1st.
Thank you.